Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cosplay University. I am Adonis Cosplay, and today we're going to be learning how to use craft foam, EVA foam, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty easy to use and it makes great material for armor, for weapons, for props, you name it, you can probably use craft foam for it. Now I'm going to walk you through how to cut it, how to shape it, how to glue it, and how to heat it, how to mold it, how to, I don't know. We're gonna do a lot of stuff with this foam today, and hopefully you'll learn something, and then you can put it to use in your next cosplay. Alright guys, so for a silly reason I lost pretty much all of the audio on this video, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover. But essentially right now what I'm doing is I'm explaining what materials we'll be using. So as you can see, I have the EVA foam, I have a heat gun, there's a ruler or a straight edge, we have hot glue, we've got some barge cement in the background, and then I have a plate, which I'll explain in a minute, and one of the extending knives, extending razor blades. So the plate actually is a great way to sharpen a knife if you don't have a knife sharpener, which I don't have. I haven't invested in one because I haven't really needed it. And I don't want to buy replacement blades, so if you use the unglazed bottom side of a ceramic plate or bowl or whatever, and you drag your knife blade across that, which I'll show later, it makes a great knife sharpener. The first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is a pretty basic straight cut. So what you're going to do is extend your blade out, place it on an area just past the foam, and pull straight back using your elbows. You pull straight back, there we go, just like that. The foam comes right off. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp and you won't have to do multiple cuts. You can also cut in curved motions. Same way, just pull in a curved way, and if you don't cut all the way through, that's alright. Put your knife back in the cut slot and then pull through again. And as you can see, nice sharp knives will give really clean edges, which means no sanding. If you guys need a completely straight line, you can use a ruler or a straight edge to cut along. Just remember to keep your knife straight up and down and your lines will be super straight. Another option is to hold your knife at an angle while cutting. This creates a nice beveled edge, which as you can see right there, creates an angle in the foam. Now you can use this to butt up against other pieces of foam to create angles, or to create edges, or seams, or whatever you need to do in order to get the piece that you're looking for. This next trick is pretty cool. If you cut two angles, not all the way through the foam, so you're making like a triangle, cutting a triangle piece out, you can actually bend the foam on the other side to create a 90-degree angle without seams. So we just cut two triangles out. You pull out the middle piece, and then any extra, and you can actually glue this part, which I'll demonstrate later, and that creates a nice 90-degree angle or whatever angle that you cut out on the other side. So there we go. Now we're in frame. You can see that angle, it's really awesome, and there's no seam, which makes for a really cool design. One of the last tricks I want to show you is how to get extra details in your foam. If you cut along your foam, not all the way through, and then you hit it with a heat gun, those marks will really show. So you can see right here I've drawn an X on the foam. I'm going to go ahead and cut that X slightly, not all the way through the foam, and then hit it with a heat gun, and you guys will see what happens, and you'll see how the lines that I make expand and the details really show through. Since foam dulls blades really fast, here's a quick example of how to drag your knife along that ceramic bowl to sharpen up your knife. Here I'm showing you the importance of sealing up your foam with a heat gun. So what you do basically is you use the heat gun all over your foam, and you can see it change colors, and that's actually the pores of the foam sealing up, and that just makes it a lot easier to paint, a lot easier to seal and deal with. And whenever you heat foam up, you can actually bend it and stretch it into whatever shape you want, and it will stay there, which makes it super great for making armor pieces. This is the foam after I had bent it for just a couple seconds. So once it cools off, it pretty much stays that shape forever. If you need it to bend more, you can just heat it up again and apply more bendy pressure until it cools off. Gluing foam is a super simple process. Right here we're using hot glue. We're going to glue together that angled piece that we had earlier that we cut the triangle out of. All you have to do is draw a line of hot glue in the middle, hold your two pieces together for a few seconds until the glue cools off, and then bam, it is stuck for quite a while. You know, that hot glue really works well with foam. It's super fast and easy and readily available for most people. And this is our glued together piece. Looks really awesome. There's no seam at the back, but it has that sharp angle, and all we had to do was use some hot glue. The other method that I love to use for gluing foam together is barge contact cement. Now this stuff is super strong and really awesome. All you have to do is take a little glue and rub it on both pieces of the foam that you want to stick together. So I'm just using a spare piece of foam to rub it on. It makes it really easier if you don't have an applicator. So I put some on there, I put some on the second part, and then all you have to do is wait for it to dry. 5 or 10 minutes later, it won't be tacky anymore. You press the two pieces of foam together, and just like that, it's stuck together. It's actually so strong that the pieces of foam will rip before the glue will, so it's really great for holding armor together or weapons together or things that you do not want falling apart. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned how to use EVA foam and how to put it into your next cosplay, whether that be, again, armor, props, or weapons. Now there's tons of use for this stuff, so go out there and make something awesome and then show it to me. Tag me in pics on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. I'd love to see what you guys can do with this awesome material. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.